I think that we're going to see rates come down towards the end of the year. I'm not so sure that that's going to all of a sudden usher a ton of liquidity back into the market, because I think that fundamentals aren't going to be super rosy, right? When rates are low and rent growth is high, that's a frenzy. Everyone's going to be just jumping into the market, and they can't help themselves, right? And that's what 2021 was. So I don't think there's really going to be much rent growth until about 2026. So I think in it could happen even a little bit sooner, but basically I think now there's a good window where there's a bit of pessimism. I mean, you tell me, right? If you go online on LinkedIn, if you talk to people in person, if you go to events, I feel like people are still pretty pessimistic. And when people are pessimistic, that's the time to be active in the market. So it's funny, a few weeks ago when I posted on LinkedIn about how cap rates are likely to compress and how we were modeling that in certain circumstances, obviously conservatively, and the deal pencils even if you don't model out the compression. But it was definitely a bit of a salacious post. We knew that it was going to be controversial, but yeah, it got people really going, and it really validated the truth of the post, because you had smart people, you had tenured people in the business, people that control hundreds of millions of dollars of activity, right? These are real buyers in the market, and they control capital. And when you have them all painting this picture of pessimism, and their underwriting is very pessimistic, that's keeping that liquidity out of the market. And so prices are just a function of capital flows. And so what do you think is going to happen when the sentiment changes and everyone all of a sudden gets really optimistic and is pouring capital into the market? What's going to happen to cap rates then? They're going to drop like a rock, right? So it really is self-fulfilling or self-evident that cap rates are high right now because of the pessimism and lack of capital in the market.